Don't think that's working. It says up and coming. Why does it say up and coming? Go live. Oh no. Now we're in trouble. I shouldn't have pressed that. Totally wrong. Totally wrong. Why is that one saying live? There's nothing on the screen, is there? Alright, hang on. Oh, it is live. There we go. It is working. Stupid me. Alright, where's the chat? I'm just about to put in some work on PVPP and knocking everything over once again. And yeast nutrient, which I've got a new packet of yeast nutrient somewhere there. Oh shit, I just kicked my camera. What about I put the new yeast nutrient in? Oh, there goes my alarm. I'll just use, I'll put it in something later. Alright, so it's 5, I've got a couple of minutes. Two. It's just a bit of a test. I know I'm going to need a microphone because my new cam over there doesn't have a microphone, only the one over the boil does. So I need a new microphone. Or swap the cams over, I guess. Oh, I wonder if I can see up the chat up there. Better. No. Something's live somewhere. Oh, there we go. Shouldn't have pressed that. I'll just test this here. Test. Oh, test. Okay. Didn't work anyway. Try it again. Test. Put it there. It is freezing. I thought you said you were better. How did you get sick again? You were better on Saturday night. It is freezing. Absolutely freezing. But I've got to get these hops in. Alright, for the last 15 minutes, I've got to record this for a video. I can't remember how much I had. I think it's 25 grams. Yeah, 25 grams for 15 minutes. Grandkids had it. Bloody kids always bringing home the germs, aren't they? It's a bit steamy in here. Always when you want the camera to work, go the other way. The joys of being a YouTuber. Hasn't been going in the camera all day. Another 25 as soon as I go to do it. Son of a... Move the camera over. Now it's probably that camera's in the way of that camera, is it? Anyway, it's only temporary. 25 grams for the last 15 minutes. Spalt Select I'm using again. Oh, even my glasses are fogged up. Now I can put in the Worth lock and stuff. Oh, I should take it. This nutrient. Only a fitting machinist use size covers to open yeast. Well, you can't see me behind the chat now, but that's okay. Oh, splashed on my keyboard. Great. Live stream. Bloody. Alright, let's chuck in some, what else do we have? I'll put it on the ground. I know you can't probably see me there, but that's alright. You can move it. I'm going to start knocking things over now and moving things. Right. And some Worth lock, which you don't need much of. Probably too much. And there was PVP in here, so that's the end of that one. I can't see the do the chat right now. Hang on, I've got to put this in there. Get this back in. There's your yeast nutrient, your Worth lock, and your PVPP. That's that bit done. Emily's delivery. How you going, mate?
Yeah, how are you?
Good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, see you.
See ya. Hail Amazon. Cream ale for the wife. I can't see the YouTube chat. I've no one there anyway, I think. I don't even know if I'm in the right chat. I'm so confused on the YouTube thing. Not like I do this all the time. Sorry if you're chatting on YouTube. If you are, I can't see it. I'm testing the internet. I've finally got NBN on. After all these years, 12 years of being here, finally got NBN on. Oh, we're disconnected. And now it's failed. No, why is that? Come on, reconnect now. Why does it take so long? Just as I was talking about the internet, we disconnected. I don't know why we did that, whose fault that was, but it's been pretty good. And I'm not wired, so yeah. Once I go by Ethernet cable or whatever you want to call them, Cat 6 or whatever they are, it will be much better than what it is now. And I actually think I've got this clamped too much as well, which I forgot to change. Didn't even think about that. I think I've got the settings clamped on upload, which isn't going to be helping. Yeah, I've got it clamped. That might be better or worse. That's really going to test the internet. Yeah, I know. I don't know. We dropped out, but I am on, as I said, wireless, and it's inside behind walls and things. There's no modem in this room yet. There will be, but for the moment there isn't. We haven't even had the new internet on a week yet, so I haven't really had a chance to test out things. But ideally, yeah, there's going to be a modem connected in here, and I'll be able to be hardwired to the internet. And since now I've got good cams out here and then good internet, we should be set. I still don't know why this isn't picking up. The YouTube properly, it should be, but for some reason it isn't. Oh, did it stop on YouTube? Oh no, it says excellent connection. Oh, it's on unlisted. No wonder no one's going in on YouTube. How do I change that? Probably can't when it's live. Maybe I can. I don't know. Let me have a look at this. I can't find it. That's because it's not live. Okay. Oh well, at least I'll be able to see it. It's a good test for me, but no one else can see it. But that's okay. That's alright. Details. Publish. Quick test of stuff. Why did that visibility go back to? Oh, that's why. Done. Save. Alright. Now it's live. Although it looks like the YouTube video is about 5 minutes behind. It's lagging severely because of that pause, I reckon. But that's alright. It's just a test. I got my 5G connection disconnected. Since we got the NBN, I had to disconnect. I can't afford everything, so all my speeds have gone down inside the house, but at least they should be more consistent. Still recording, wasting video. But I've got to get my natural cube ready. But I don't have to do anything to get it ready, I'm just going to empty it. I decided to no chill it. I should be using the new chiller, but I was in a rush today, so I'll do another brew probably on Friday. And I'll use the new chiller for that. Oh, no, it's not wireless M. We've finally got wired NBN for the first time ever. But I'm using wireless today because I haven't set it all up properly yet. So if you know what I mean, like we've got wired NBN into the house, but not into the garage. So I'm going on the Wi-Fi. Can't get through. Just emptying the cube out of here. Alright. I should have turned the brakes off these. I can't. Oops. It's a bit crowded in here with the TK36 thing in here. It was a bit of a last minute brew, but the wife wanted it, so what the wife wants, she gets. Not very often. Sometimes. What time is it? Oh yeah, I can probably just stop this now. I want to take a sample for a reading. Where did I put that? I might go and get something cleaner. Oh, I've got. Looks a bit white on there. Should adjust the camera. Looks a bit washed out, doesn't it? That's a bit cool. Should probably just turn the light down. Kind of better. No, I should have adjusted the camera. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That'll do for a reading for end of boil, I guess. And let's stop it. I can't see it on my camera. I need to. There we go. That's it. lamp off? Oh, it hasn't been on. Yeah, of course it's off. The glasses are fogging up. How long have I got them on for? I could have whirlpooled this. There's no real need. There's no real need to whirlpool like using the pump. I'll just go old school. Give it a stir. That'll do. Plenty. I'm just waiting for it to settle and then I'll put in the cube. Timing. Always the timing. Yeah, it is the 35 litre. Or 30 litre, whatever they call them. I think they call them 35, but yeah. That's the smaller one. I do usually use the 65 for just about everything, even single batches these days. But I'm doing it for a reason. I'm just there's a lot of people struggling on how to keep temperatures, and it's really simple. But I thought I'd do a video on the 35 just to show people. The one thing I haven't got at the moment is my milk crates out here, which is what I need to set the cube on. What else can I find? Something that isn't going to get crushed or fall over. Stop that recording. So I'm doing 2 recordings too. I'm live, but I'm also recording for a video, so it might sound a bit funny now and then. Yeah, I know what I'll use. I'll use. Put it there, I guess. Don't really have a very long tube on this one. I'm just trying to figure out the best. Yeah, that'll be alright. That'll be good. Let's get into this setting of this camera. Where's the light? Oh, it's probably what I want. Not too dark. Come on, one in the middle. That'll do. That's too dark. It'll be alright. Yeah, so a lot of people are struggling with the PID because you've got to really tune it in for how you brew and what size you brew and what flow you get. So we're telling a lot of the beginners to go back to not stop using the PID because they don't quite get how it works and haven't got time to tune it in. But you've still got to tune it in anyway. So whichever way you use it. I mean, none of these things are plug and play. So we're getting people saying, well, I don't know what, well, I keep saying where, but I see it online a lot, and Kegland are trying to do it, and I thought I'd jump in and help. We're not collaborating or anything, I know how to do it, so. And we use one of the temperature probes in the mash, so people are happier that they're getting the mash temp rather than the bottom temp. But I mean, that's pretty easy stuff to work out if you think about it, you know. But anyway. Yeah, and there's just a few different settings that people don't realise are there or don't understand how they work. And today I mucked around and got it tuned in pretty well. So I hadn't used this system for, I don't know, since winter. Since, I don't know, I can't remember when I last used a 35 litre to brew. It must be 6 months or more, so I was a bit rusty myself after using a few different systems, you know. But got it tuned in. I just got to go and clean out my filter for my sample, so I get a better reading. I'll cook them, it's alright. Alright, what am I doing? Is that cleared yet? Just about. See the colour change in it? I had a bit of problem with the grits. It's a cream ale, my killer cream ale. I first brewed it probably 10 years ago. Actually, it's longer than 10 years ago. And the wife really likes it, so she asked me to brew it again. It's actually another recipe from a brewery long ago, but sorry about the mic in here, it's up there, it's nowhere near me. It's not as your scooter. It's all finished, I'm just waiting to cube it. Yeah, I've got an old one on my old 3V system. I think there's some sort of video about it. I haven't brewed it for ages. I had about 900 grams. That's probably about 3 kilo of grain, you know, normal grain, about 900 grams of Munich and 900 grams of corn, that's about it. It's very simple brew. They're quite tasty though, they're pretty tasty. They're the sort of beer that everyone will like, you know, even if you don't like craft beer, people usually drink it. Normally I'd chill it, but I'm just, I want to go inside. So I'm going to no chill it. Just chilling the sample down. Let that clear a bit. Well, this original recipe had vanilla, but I don't like it, so I don't put it in. When I first posted this recipe up, it was from a mate originally, but I modified it to myself. And heaps of people all around the world, funny enough, that sounds funny, but won heaps of competitions with it and stuff. G'day, Chris. Yeah, I don't want freaking vanilla in my beer. Sorry. Especially a beer like this. Nah. I'll have vanilla ice cream. I don't need it in my beer. How you doing, Parko? The first video was, God, I don't know, it was ages ago. I'm not sure. The original just had USO5, one of those ones, or 001 or whatever. I'm not sure what I've got. I have to go and have a look. This was sort of this was a very unplanned brew. The wife asked for this beer, and I've run out of beer. I got no beer, so... there's 2 kegs of a lager. But a shitty lager that when I tried to rush things, I tried to do a rushed version of the Ratty for people because I knew people would say, I can do it fast. And I did it, fast, but I took my time. Well, I did it fast, but I was careful, but I don't. It's just boring. So I need beer. Alright, I'm just going to take this reading. Should clean up the desk before I took the reading. You can use a coal sheet. That's probably... Oh, I wonder if I've got any. That's nice and fast. Although I don't know if the wife would like the bubble gum sort of thing you get from it. Alright. I'll probably just use USO5. Or, I don't know, what else? What's the Verdant equivalent or the Lauman equivalent? Probably what I've got. Oh, I've got to turn it on first. $10.45. I'm a bit low, but I think the corn stuffed me up. Not too low, nothing to worry about. $10.45. Yeah, I'm a couple of points down. That's alright. I boiled for 70 minutes too. I didn't realise. 4:28 I started, not 4:38. For 70 minutes, so that probably explains a couple of points. No, that explains less. Oh, I don't know. But that's good. Still around, that's going to be around 4.5%, 5%. That's alright. Will it break my keg if I keep star sending it for more than a month? No, it won't break it. You can't What you've got to watch though is just because it's got starseed in it, things can still get mouldy. Like it can condensate on the lid and get mouldy. For a month you should be okay. Make sure you shake it up. If you remember, tip it up and down once a week or something. Like it's not super important, but and stainless is pretty good for not getting mould, but you just never know. Like I've kept it in a bucket before and got mould on the lid of the bucket. But a proper mix of starseed won't wreck your keg. No. I wouldn't keep many chemicals in a keg though, like nothing else. Oh, I'm going to put this in the cube anyway. I might find... Where's my gloves I had yesterday? Where are we? On camera? Kind of. Not much room over here. I put a link for these gloves up to yesterday or today, but they're bloody sold out. They're not bad. Heat proof. Did I press record? I didn't press record. Lucky. Is it going to reach over there? Yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, let's go. Where's the pump? Got to turn it on. Helps if you turn it on, doesn't it? Smells good. I used had some Spalt Select left over from the Ratty, and I used that. I didn't have any halitosis, so I thought the Spalt Select would be a good, substitute. Works nice and clear. Beautiful. You can see from up there. I haven't got my phone. This is a dangerous thing to do. I'll knock something over. Got it. I'm going to drop this into that. Drop this into the thing or something. Or overflow. Not look what I'm doing. Always danger doing this. You idiot. Shut up. No. What the hell's going on there? I'm going to run out before I get anything done. Ow, it's burning my hand. It's not focusing. Come on, focus. That's the trouble when your work's really clear, because it's really hard to focus on it. That looks absolutely beautiful. See the tube cone from that tiny little whirlpool I did? And I'm not sure, people say they block up because the tube cobe's in the middle and it drains from the centre. Check that out. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, stop what I'm doing. It's just foam. Usually I'm sitting over there and I can spray the foam away. Hang on a sec. Turn that pump back on. Or you turn it down and sort of push the foam down as you go, like that. No. But today, in sitting over the keg, I've got no chance of doing any of that. Sitting miles away from it. But that's okay. Whack that on. And get the spray thing, wherever the spray thing is. If I can find it. That's right behind me. Come on. Come on. Push it down a bit. There we go. Beautiful. Turn that pump off. Oh. There we go. If I can get that camera down, so I just got to do something for the video. I'll use my phone. It's a little bit hard to see, but that is a great tube cone. All from just, what, 20 seconds of stirring. It's got to be at least 2 inches, 3 inches in the middle, high. Oh, I'll still be fingering it, but I'll burn it. It's something else. I'll show you. There we go. The steam's going to stuff it up. Oh, my screen's gone off too. Everything's happening. There we go, it'll come back on. Let's get a towel and clean up that mess I made. So I'm sitting as far away from that cube as I could have been. That's actually water from the pot itself. I'm going to flip it upside down, most of it. Alright, and then, you can't see it on there. And then, the best thing to do, especially if it's not full like that, if you haven't seen it. Oh, I didn't really tighten that up before. You can use a cube spanner, but you've got to be careful too because it's hot, so don't over tighten it. And that way, just in case the top of your cube wasn't touched by hot work, it is now. And in the morning, that gap there will be down to about 50 cents worth of air, but it doesn't matter. I've seen cubes half full win competitions like after they've been fermented. But the trick is do not leave it long. And the other trick is don't be doing 80-degree whirlpools and then cubing beer. That is really asking for trouble. There we go. But my microphone's over here. Oh, it's my microphone over not my audio, isn't it? But the trouble is, it's over here. I'll turn that camera off. But it's my microphone. That one. Ah, wrong one. That one. Sorry, I've lost the chat. Where's the chat gone? There it is, there heaps. Oh no, F Luttra, they'll be never using Luttra. Unless I have to. Oh, I've used Nova. Ben, you haven't been watching my videos. I've done a few videos on Nova Lager way before. Oh, I was one of the first. Not that that matters at all. Yeah, I did it months ago. My Nova Lager yeast kegs are got. Oh, I've brewed IPL. Oh, the first one was an IPL, I think, and then I brewed another IPL, and then an IPA. I've used it for all different sorts of beer. Oh, I used it for a dark lager too. I've used it for heaps of things. It's so fast and clean, so it's not a bad yeast. I mean, yeah, I could use it for this cream ale, really. I just purchased a Brazil heat exchanger dish to try, as I thought I wouldn't be able to do a whirlpool. Oh, there is a heat exchanger dish in there, but that doesn't have much to do with the whirlpool. But yes, there is one in there. I use them for every brew. I don't take them out, the heat exchanger dishes. Why does this video look like it's lagging about 20 minutes behind? But yeah, you hear a lot of horror stories, but you know that's just life. You know, people can't use things properly. You know, don't understand how to use things properly, and they have issues. Or you know, they expect a $300 piece of equipment to act like it's $3,000. But that's kind of why I use as I said earlier, I can turn that microphone down a bit. Why I use the 35-litre vessel today is to do a video just to show how that it's pretty easy to tune them in and, get the temps you want. It just takes a bit of mucking around because everywhere's different. Someone might I might say, do these settings exactly, or some bozo in Europe or something might say use these settings exactly, and they won't work for everyone everywhere. Even just for if you've got 8 kilo of grain packed in it, it's not going to act the same as if you got 5 kilo of grain packed in it. So yeah, it's easy. It's easy to tune in once you know how to do it and what you're going to play with. And look, even exactly the same settings that I used today that work really well. You know, if your flow's not the same through the grain bed, again, if you're using, might be doing. Today I had about 5 kilo in there, but you might have 6 kilo and the flow's not as good, or you've still got 5 kilo in, but you've crushed it like Brew in the bag because foolish people get told that, tell people to do that. It's not Brew in the bag, even though it's similar to Brew in the bag. You need a proper crush, traditional grain crush. You go touch a little finer, but you don't want to go too fine. And if you don't have enough flow, then my settings aren't going to work for you if you don't have the flow that I had today. So it's just, but I think it's about learning how to manage that while you're brewing, and that's the trick. And a lot of people, I've done a lot of videos on it, not on this one specifically, but But my videos are very long, and a lot of people only watch the first 5 minutes, and they miss out on. And I don't blame them because I do the same with people's videos. But yeah, no. Don't double crush grains for a. I don't mean to sound condescending or whatever the word is. Yeah, don't double crush grains. It's making it more fine. People do it for brew in the bag, but even for brew in the bag, it's not needed. They just do it because they can, and they might save about 50 cents on grain or something. Oh, good stuff, Mike. They won their footy. Any more of the piney beer from Hot Mation? I have one left. I have one can left. I had one on Saturday night. I had one on Sunday night. I have one can left of the Hop Nation beer. Those people on YouTube, I think it's lagging a lot. I got disconnected before, and I think it's looks like it's about 10 minutes behind or something, which I apologise for if you are on YouTube. YouTube was weird. I had it accidentally on not private but unlisted when I started, and so it wasn't public, and I mucked around with the settings and made it public, and then the internet went out for a second, so everything's lagging behind. But yeah, if anyone's using any single vessel system besides using a bag, and I still wouldn't double crush for in brewing a bag anyway. It's pointless. Just get your crush right the first time. Oh, cool. Awesome, Kermits. I wasn't sure. But yeah, so yeah, you might as well just use flour. And I've put flour in a beer before to prove that you can do it. Because that's all they're doing. They're making flour and putting it in your water, and you can do it. You can go and buy oat flour. You can't. It's hard. Can you buy barley flour? Is that normal flour? I don't know. If you buy unbleached raw ground flour, you try not to get the husk in it. One's huskless ground, like not wholemeal. And you can use it, and it'll convert. Though you need some grains in there for enzymes. Possibly. No, you will. But my brew house efficiency changes all the time. Like, unless I stick to the same system, I do. You can sort of dial it in. But then once you go up I use that many different chillers. Just changing chillers changes the brew house efficiency massively. My different fermenters, if that changes the efficiency. How long a hose I use. Well, yeah, most of the time, Wolfman, yes. 99% of the time. Like people say, credit card is just a ridiculous. If you're asking for advice from somebody and they say credit card thickness, it's just a ridiculous answer because all grains are different sizes, all companies, even in the same company, and I don't have many credit cards. I've got a lot of cards in my wallet, and they're all different. Some are thick, some are thin, some are. Gladfield, for example, they suggest 1.45 mil, which I don't know what that is in thou. But I go a tiny bit smaller than that. I go 1.35 millimeters for Gladfield, and most malts. And I could go finer and get more efficiency, but then everything gets harder. You don't, you get stuck mashers and you don't get the flow, and then you lose an efficiency because of that in the end anyway. Good one, Dean. Oh no, good. All right. It must be just lagging for me. For me, it says 5:57. I haven't even put it in the. Oh, I'm putting it in the cube on mine for some reason. That's what I'm up to. I don't know why. But yeah. Oh, 57 thou equals 1.5. Yeah, it was. Well, I do 1.35, which I think is closer to 50 thou. I could be wrong. And that does most malts pretty well. I wouldn't go any finer though. And I've got some credit cards that are less than a millimeter thick. That's for sure. And do you, like, when someone says credit card, does that include when those ones with the raised numbers? I don't know. That'd have to double the thickness in spots. I guess, I don't know. And it really comes down to your grain. You know, if you stick to, if you buy a bag of grain, then before you go use it, you chuck a handful in and you have a look. You want them all to be cracked. You don't want them all halved or, just cracked, split. Some can be, split a bit more than others, but if they're all like cracked, like totally cracked in half and broken, that's too fine. There's only some things I double mill, and that would be wheat, because it's sometimes very small and hard. Sometimes I adjust my mills. Some mills are hard to adjust and get back to where you want it. You might have your mill perfect. So when I've got my mill perfect and I don't want to play with it, then I'll chuck the wheat through by itself first. It might only be half a kilo or a handful or whatever, and then chuck it in with the grain and it goes through again twice. A double crush credit card brewer. See that's the problem though. That doesn't mean anything, does it? What's your credit card? But do you get much less fermentable sugars from lighter grains? No, you usually get more gluten free. You usually get more because the more they're roasted, the less fermentable they get. The roast grain is not fermentable, virtually unfermentable. Your roasted and your chocolate malts are all just they're past it. Not totally, but if we're just talking in basic terms, the lighter the grain, the more fermentable sugars you'll get from it. Basically, there's likely to be exceptions to every rule, and but yeah, basically that's it. I mean, it comes down to starch content, but yeah. Versus weight and husk size, but it's really hard to tell. To corn, I was looking at corn today to put in the recipe, and one it says Brees flaked corn or whatever it was a Brees. One of them was 85.5% fermentable, and that just sounded. And I had that in my recipe, and I didn't check. Always check your flaked grains in your recipe, because some oats say they're 85%. And you put them in your whole heap in your recipe, and your recipe looks good. Then you brew it, and your recipe's way down. And then you find out that the oats you used were probably really only about 60%. And that can be whole sorts of things. Reasons. Some companies that we buy oats from don't test them for brewing. They'll test the fermentability, but they might grind it up. They might put it in a mill, a blender, and pulverize it to dust, and then test it, because they don't matter. They're just testing how much whatever's in it, starch is in it or fermentables. And it's totally different in a brewing situation where you might only get 60%. And that happened to me today with the corn. I went, why am I down? And I had a look at that. The corn was in at 85.5%. I went, there's just no way I'm going to get 85% conversion out of hard bits of corn like that. It's just not going to happen. Not at all. Nowhere near it. Maybe if I had cooked it or mashed it up first or whatever. Boiled it first, but not putting it in something like that. When you say rice though, are you using just white, rice like you buy at the supermarket, or are you buying some sort of I don't know, like a raw husked thing or something? You know what I mean? Straight off the plant. I don't know. I don't really know what to talk about. I don't like rice. I'd put it in a beer though. I have put it in beers before. I don't mind that. I tell you, I did some oats. Oh, I've lost connection, have I? Well, the connection went down again. I've got to get wired. And I'm casting to YouTube and to Twitch at the moment, which is going to be a struggle for any wireless internet. At the same time, not from the one stream. It's a bit confusing, but sometimes you can stream to a site and then it splits and streams to the two sites. I'm streaming to both at the same time, so using twice the bandwidth. So it's probably going to get some stutters. Anyway, I got to go inside. I wasn't here for the long run today. Thanks everyone for joining in. I was just testing a few things. It seems to be okay. I've had a couple of dropouts, but in the scheme of things, not very much. No worries, I'll try. I've got another one coming for the brewery series. It's stout though, but an easy drinking stout that if it's all filmed and everything, I just haven't edited and done the video. Or edited, yeah, and uploaded it. But thanks for dropping in. I was just, quick test. I realised I am going to have to go wide. Especially, like, if I'm just streaming to one site and not two at once, it would be a lot better. No worries, thanks. Take it easy. I got to go to work at the zoo tomorrow. Wish I got paid for it. Look, you could, Burke. It's not going to be the same beer. But there's no reason why you couldn't. Oh, I really want to go wide. I don't have money to buy anything, Dean. I really don't, unfortunately. So, see, the thing is that the NT, the whatever you call it, we're only new to it, the NTD box or whatever it is just there. But the thing is, like, it's just there. It's 2 meters away from me. But the thing is that the modem's inside. They put a wire straight to the modem inside before I got the NBN. So all I need to do is bring the modem out here, put a router on the inside for everyone using the wireless inside, or the Wi-Fi inside, and then I'll have straight, cable connection straight here. There shouldn't be any worry at all. You probably can't see the box, it's behind the ladder. It's behind that light. But see that ladder there? The NTD box is behind it. It's right there. God, they're arseholes, Optus. I just disconnected my Wi-Fi internet because I had my 5G internet from Optus because we got the NBN now. Even though the 5G is way faster, but you can't afford to. It wasn't as reliable, so. And I had to have the modem. I had to have a computer fan on top of the modem to stop it disconnecting every couple of hours. But that worked. Once I had the computer fan on it, it got run for weeks without disconnecting. But it's no good if you've got a house alarm and stuff and you're going away, you can't rely on it. And so I've been with them 2 or 3 years. The modem's never worked. I've complained a million times. And they kept saying they were going to replace it, and then the next person you said to, no. Then the next person we're going to replace. Anyway, so after I cancelled it yesterday, they go, oh, you have to send the modem back or we're going to charge you $300. I went, you fucking assholes. Excuse the language. Fucking assholes. I'm actually thought they said you got the modem for free when you joined up. I'm pretty sure they did. Last time I went to Starlink, we couldn't get it because we're in the city, but I think that's changed. But again, streaming, I don't know, Starlink is great most of the time, but for streaming, you really want a pretty solid stream. You don't want any hiccups on the upload. Starlink's getting better every day, but you know, there can be times where you don't have one right over the top of you. I think they're just about bloody everywhere these days. But you do see them go over in their trains. That's Starlink, isn't it? When you see the trainer across the sky, it looks weird. G'day, Confiscated. I'm just about to turn off. The YouTube people can't see. Oh, yeah, no, they can see the chat because it'll be up on the thing there. G'day, Confiscated. That's my friendly Twitch community. He's a lovely man, Confiscated. You should see him. He's got short blonde hair, blue eyes, built like a brick shithouse, plays rugby league. No, he doesn't. Take it easy, Con. I'll talk to you. I saw you on the stream the other day, but we never really chatted. We sort of did. I did a lot of that. Take it easy, Confiscated. Have a great life. I'll see you on the weekend. Probably see you Saturday night or around anyway. All right, thanks everyone on YouTube too. All right, going to stop the YouTube one. Take it easy. Thanks for dropping by. This will be up and running properly soon. Give me another week and it should be smick out here.